In a comprehensive update on the escalating conflict in Ukraine, President Volodymyr Zelenskyy has issued a grave warning regarding the intensifying Russian military operations in the Kharkiv region. The Ukrainian leader cautioned that the recent surge in hostilities could represent merely the initial phase of a multi-tiered offensive strategy by Russian forces. As the conflict unfolds, Zelenskyy has openly acknowledged the challenges faced by the Ukrainian military, citing a significant shortfall in both troop numbers and critical air defense capabilities. The situation in the Kharkiv region remains precarious, with Russian troops having captured several border villages and advancing up to 10 kilometers into Ukrainian territory. Despite these incursions, Zelenskyy asserts that the situation is controlled following the deployment of Ukrainian reinforcements, although he stopped short of declaring it stabilized. The city of Kharkiv, one of Ukraine's largest urban centers, has been subjected to intensified Russian bombardment, resulting in civilian casualties and widespread damage. The mayor of Kharkiv, Igor Terekhov, reported that the latest strikes claimed the lives of at least 3 individuals and injured 28 others. Concurrently, Russian forces are reportedly attempting to encircle Vovchansk, a town near the border that has been largely abandoned in the wake of the conflict. Oleksandr Syrsky, the chief of the Ukrainian army, has indicated that Russia's aggressive push into the Kharkiv region has broadened the active combat zone by approximately 70 kilometers. This maneuver is perceived as an attempt to compel Ukraine to commit additional reserve brigades to the front lines, with expectations of intensified combat in the northern Sumy region. On the diplomatic front, Russian President Vladimir Putin has articulated that the advancement of Russian forces in the Kharkiv region is aimed at establishing a buffer zone to safeguard Russian border areas. However, he clarified that the seizure of the city of Kharkiv is not a current objective for Moscow. Putin's remarks came during a press conference in China, where he attributed the recent military actions to Ukrainian artillery fire on Russian border territories, including Belgorod. The conflict has also seen the use of drone warfare, with the Ukrainian drone strike in the Belgorod region resulting in casualties. In response, Russia's defense ministry reported the interception and destruction of multiple launch rockets by its air defense units. Additionally, a significant drone attack in Crimea disrupted power supply in Sevastopol and ignited a fire at a refinery in southern Russia. President Zelenskyy has openly admitted the urgent need for reinforcements to bolster the Ukrainian army's morale. He highlighted the dire necessity for staffing reserve units, as many brigades are currently undermanned. The prolonged engagement of Ukrainian soldiers, some for over 2 years without relief, has led to recruitment challenges and growing discontent among the ranks due to the absence of a regular rotation system. In terms of air defense, Zelenskyy has emphasized that Ukraine possesses only a fraction of the required assets, advocating for the acquisition of over 100 modern aircraft to counterbalance Russian air superiority. The Ukrainian president envisions a fleet of 120 to 130 state-of-the-art aircraft to defend against an estimated 300 Russian planes, underscoring the critical need for enhanced aerial defense capabilities to protect Ukrainian skies. In a recent statement, Estonian Prime Minister Kaja Kallas has brought to light a critical geopolitical strategy being employed by Russian President Vladimir Putin: the deliberate weaponization of mass migration as a means to sow discord and undermine the unity of Europe. Kallas underscored the inherent vulnerability that migration poses to the continent, suggesting that the Russian Federation is exploiting this weakness by exacerbating conditions in Ukraine to precipitate a migratory influx into European nations. Prime Minister Kallas elucidated that the Russian objective appears to be the creation of untenable living conditions within Ukraine, thereby instigating a wave of migration that would exert pressure on European resources and solidarity. This tactic, according to Kallas, is actively being pursued by Russia as part of its broader campaign against Ukraine and, by extension, against European stability. The Estonian leader also acknowledged a divergence in perception among European countries regarding the potential repercussions of a Ukrainian defeat. While some nations recognize the existential threat that such an outcome would pose to the entire European continent, others seem to underestimate the far-reaching implications, viewing the risk as limited to select countries rather than a pan-European concern. Kallas' remarks come amidst a backdrop of heightened tensions and ongoing conflict in Eastern Europe, where the strategic manipulation of migrant flows has emerged as a tool of statecraft. With the situation in Ukraine serving as a catalyst for potential migratory movements, the European response to this challenge remains a subject of critical importance for the future of the region's political and social landscape.